Parshas Chayei Sara opens up with the words Vayu Chayei Sara. It was the life of Sara, Mea Shana, 100 years, Vesrim Shana, 20 years, Vesheva Shana, 7 years, Shnei Chayei Sara. These were the years of the life of Sara. The Das HaKenim is bothered by the repetition of the words Vayu. These were the years of Sarah's life. These were the years, 100 years, 20 years, 7 years, and specifically the Torah begins with these were the years of a life. Why do we need to know it so often? And the Das HaKenim explains that there's actually a very specific lesson that we're being taught here. Vayu Chayei Sara means this was the life of Sarah. Says the Das HaKenim, Vayu is actually a gematria. If you add the letters, the Vav, Yud, Hey, Yud, and Vav, it adds up to be 37. 37 were the years of the life of Sarah. And says the Das HaKenim, this is teaching us that the first 90 years of Sarah Imenu's life didn't count. It wasn't until Yitzchak was born, and it wasn't until she was 90 that her life began. She died at 27. It was from 90 to 127, those 37 years, that defined the woman. That was the life of Sarah, because it was only as the mother of Yitzchak that she really lived. And this Das HaKenim really opens up to a very interesting question. That question is that it's difficult to imagine that one could accuse Sara Imenu of wasting the first 90 years of her life. Or it's difficult to imagine that the first 90 years didn't count. Here's a woman who's the pinnacle of greatness. A woman who faithfully serves Hashem. A woman who works on her midos. A woman who converts many, many women. A woman who serves her husband faithfully. You can't begin to describe the greatness of such a woman, and yet the Das HaKenim seems to be telling us that the first 90 years of her life didn't count. And the question is, what's Pshat? And I believe what the Das HaKenim really is teaching us is the fundamental yesod, and that is that each individual has two separate criteria via which they're judged. At the end of my days, I'm judged in the general sense of what did I accomplish, how much did I perfect my midos, how much did I learn, how much did I daven, who did I become. But there's also a specific measurement. Each individual is given a very specific mission, and I'm measured vis-a-vis the question, did I accomplish my mission? The mission that Sara Imenu had on this planet was to be the progenitor of the Jewish nation. She was to be the mother of the Klal Yisrael. The first 90 years was a build-up in the sense that she wasn't ready for that role. To put the genetic transmission forward, to put all of the ingredients into the future required a tremendous, tremendous amount of work. The first 90 years of her life was build-up, was preparation vis-a-vis her mission. Granted, in the general sense, she grew. Granted, in the general sense, she was a great individual. But in the specific sense, in her mission, it wasn't until she was 90 that it began. At that point, by the 37 years of her life was actually her great accomplishments on the planet. And I believe there's a tremendous concept here for us, and that is that each individual has a mission, but oftentimes it's hard to find that mission. A person may say, I'm 25 years old and I can't find my mission. I'm 30 years old, I'm 40 years old. What is it that Hashem put me on the planet for? What is my specific tafkid? And the reality is that a person may not know. They may not know until they're 50, they may not know until they're 60, they may not know until they're 90. But once a person finds that mission, they have to latch onto it, hold onto it, and run with it, because at the end of the day, that's one of the full parts of who they are for eternity. Sara Imenu did not discover a mission until she was 90. Everything else was preparation in the sense that it built her up for that moment, build her into becoming that person she would be. But at the end of the day, it wasn't until 90 that she really began to come into a full fruition.